to girls, to countries, to decades apart, yet their suffering echoes hauntingly similar horrors. Sylvia Likens, age 16, tortured in Indiana, America, inside a neighbor's house of cruelty. Junko Furuta, age 17, kidnapped in Tokyo, Japan, enduring 44 days of unimaginable torment. Different continents, cultures, and times, yet their fates intertwined in tragedy and silence. Both girls were ordinary teenagers, full of dreams and innocence, unaware of approaching horror. Sylvia loved roller skating, carnivals, and church youth groups, dreaming of belonging and acceptance. Junko loved music, friendships, and school life, dreaming of graduation and a bright future. Neither girl imagined cruelty beyond comprehension awaiting them, hidden within ordinary neighborhoods. Sylvia's tormentors were a mother and children trusted by her own family. Junko's tormentors were teenage boys shielded by society, pretending to be friends at first. Sylvia's suffering unfolded inside a modest Indianapolis home, concealed behind closed doors. Junko's nightmare occurred in a Tokyo suburban house, disguised as a normal family residence. Neighbors existed in both stories, yet most remained silent despite cries for help. Silence became accomplice, giving abusers power and victims unbearable isolation. Sylvia was beaten, burned, starved, humiliated, until her fragile body finally collapsed. Junko was tortured daily, assaulted, burned, broken, until her body succumbed to unimaginable injuries. Each endured cruelty not for revenge, not for money, but for sheer sadistic pleasure. Their tormentors dehumanized them, turning innocent teenagers into targets of endless suffering. Families trusted others. Sylvia's parents trusted Gertrude. Junko's parents believed she was safe at her friends'. That misplaced trust became the gateway through which cruelty entered their lives. Both victims desperately longed for rescue, but help never arrived in time. Sylvia whispered prayers in darkness. Junko begged for mercy she never received. The law eventually intervened, but only after death sealed their fate permanently. Courtrooms became battlegrounds, not sanctuaries, where justice faltered under technicalities and leniency. Sylvia's killers received reduced sentences, some reintegrating into society as if nothing happened. Junko's killers, shielded by juvenile law, served short terms and rejoined life freely. In both countries, society questioned, how could such cruelty receive such light punishment? Legal systems treated torture like ordinary crime, ignoring the extraordinary suffering inflicted. Outrage surged, yet reforms lagged, leaving families feeling justice abandoned their daughters twice. The cruelty mirrored each other: beatings, starvation, humiliation, endless days of torment. Sylvia was forced into degradation by those she trusted. Junko was forced into unimaginable pain by those she feared, yet knew socially. Their abusers laughed at pain, mocked suffering, enjoying dominance over fragile innocence. Both cases revealed darkest human truths. Some enjoy cruelty when power goes unchecked. Silence empowered perpetrators. Indifference allowed suffering. Cowardice protected killers' futures. Both communities lived with guilt, knowing opportunities existed to intervene and save lives. Sylvia's neighbors heard screams but ignored them, believing it was discipline. Junko's captors' parents suspected, but chose silence to avoid scandal. Silence became complicity, a shadow covering both tragedies with shared shame. Their deaths shocked nations, sparking media frenzy and cultural reckoning. Newspapers displayed their faces, young girls frozen forever in tragic photographs. People whispered their names, but often too late to change outcomes. Both girls became symbols of innocence destroyed, victims of cruelty and neglect. Communities mourned them as daughters of nations, not just families. America remembered Sylvia as a warning of hidden abuse within trusted homes. Japan remembered Junko as a warning of unchecked cruelty hidden behind ordinary doors. Their stories crossed borders, proving cruelty knows no nationality, culture, or era. Human cruelty speaks universal language, and so does silence that enables it. Both tragedies showed how systems legal, social, communal failed to protect the vulnerable. Families carried grief while killers carried freedom, an unbearable contradiction haunting justice. Over decades, their stories continue resurfacing, refusing to fade into forgotten archives. Documentaries, books, and online discussions keep their memories alive for new generations. Survivors and advocates invoke their names in campaigns against child abuse and cruelty. Their suffering inspires reforms, though changes remain incomplete and fragile. Together, their legacies remind us cruelty thrives wherever silence persists. Two cultures, same failure laws, valued perpetrators more than victims' dignity. Two eras, same flaw societies, underestimated depths of human sadism. Two girls, same horror betrayed by trust, abandoned by systems, silenced too soon. Their cases remind us to question our own silence when witnessing suffering. Would neighbors today intervene, or repeat history's mistakes by ignoring cries? Their stories demand courage, not complacency, from everyone who hears them. Sylvia and Junko's suffering teaches accountability belongs to society as much as law. Every ignored cry for help risks creating another Sylvia or Junko. Their killers lived, aged, and disappeared. Victims remain forever frozen in innocence. The contrast is unbearable. Perpetrators enjoy second chances. Victims receive none. Their families wake daily to remind us their daughters were denied futures. Shared horror unites their stories beyond time, culture, and geography. They represent universality of suffering when society fails vulnerable. Sylvia and Junko became unwilling teachers, lessons carved into history by pain. The world remembers them not for who they dreamed to be, but for suffering endured. This injustice compels humanity to rethink how law treats cruelty against children. True justice means preventing repetition, not just punishing when too late. Their names force us to confront uncomfortable truth. Silence enables cruelty everywhere. Cultural differences dissolve before shared human responsibility to protect children. These tragedies reveal global flaws, demanding international solidarity for reform. Remembering them means remembering humanity's responsibility to act against cruelty. Justice must learn from their stories, or risk repeating cycles of failure. We cannot undo past silence, but we can refuse silence in future. Their deaths urge vigilance, protecting vulnerable before cruelty takes root again. Both cases reveal fragility of trust in human relationships. Both cases show darkness lurking in ordinary homes, masked by normal appearances. They remind us cruelty often hides in plain sight until tragedy erupts. Their innocence was real, their suffering unnecessary, their stories unforgettable. Their memory lives not only in sorrow but also in responsibility. Two girls now belong to global conscience, not just national memory. They remind us humanity must transcend borders in protecting children. They remind us laws must evolve to reflect reality of cruelty. Their deaths remain unresolved wounds in America and Japan alike. Remembering them honors truth. Justice still owes them acknowledgement. Sylvia Likens and Junko Furuta, different names, same story of suffering and betrayal. Their faces remind us innocence is fragile, easily destroyed by cruelty and neglect. Their stories remind us silence kills as effectively as violence. Two victims, two countries, same horror forever, teaching humanity to never look away. Their legacy compels action, demanding justice stronger than silence or cruelty.